If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells had stopped. Manda da basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. This is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. I'm Davey Hill.
I'm Jesse Hill.
And we're back to the book of Samuel for part 3. What do you know about Samuel so far? I mean, the whole thing.
A lot of people are named after him.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most famous Samuel out there?
Samuel Adams.
Oh, that's a good one. It's like one of those things where, like, the second you're put on the spot, just like, I've never met a Samuel in my life. Yeah, Samuel Adams, that's a good one. I can't think of a more famous Samuel. For some reason, the name that came to my mind was Samuel Clemens. Is that a person?
Yeah.
Who's Samuel Clemens? Is he like a poet or a baseball player?
Yeah, baseball player. That's right.
All right. Cool. All right, well, the only thing I remember about Samuel was he was the little boy, everybody's first altar boy, and he heard God speak to him, right? And he went and told the priest who had two bad boy older brothers.
Oh, right.
And so they got disinherited, and he became the boss guy, maybe. And he said, you're going to have a king. And then they went out and they found Saul last chapter. Remember any of this?
Yeah, I remember Saul only because of Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Otherwise,
What do we know about Saul? Anything?
Yeah, he did some stuff.
God, I really don't remember. This wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, we've kind of had a hard time.
I think he beat the Philistines in war.
Yeah, I feel like he did something pretty big. I don't remember what though. I could Google it real quick.
Ask ChatGPT.
Remind ourselves what, because I feel like he did something kind of big. Like he created like.
I think he just killed a bunch of people. Didn't he just like kill the Philistines after they stole the? Yeah,
but I feel like he did it like with a trick or something. He was anointed by the prophet Samuel and chosen by people. Saul's story is told in book 1 of Samuel. Thank you.
Duh, we're there. We're already reading that part. I'm looking on our last episode so I can see what chapter I'm supposed to be reading today.
Oh, that's a good idea. He united the tribes under a single rule. That's all we got. But I feel like he defeated... Who are the Israeli people fighting right now?
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
They're the ones that stole the ark.
Excuse me for not remembering.
And the Ammonites. It says. Somebody in China is listening to us.
That's weird.
Downloaded it 6 episodes in China. Somebody in California downloaded like 60 episodes. They're binging. They're going on a Bible binge.
He was a Benjaminite.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, here's a Bible gateway.
Benjamite.
He was the first king of Israel.
Oh, spoilers.
Oh, are we not supposed to?
Well, no. We knew he was going to become. Yeah. I think we learned everything we needed to know.
He's rallying up the Israelites.
Yeah. All right.
He's definitely going to be a scam artist, though, right? Like, that's...
They're all scam artists.
That's true.
He might be like the biggest, though, because he's going to be king of the scammers.
Yeah. I feel like because of Better Call Saul, Saul in the Bible is going to be a scammer as well.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, they got to be pulling that from somewhere. They didn't just come up with that out of nowhere.
That's a good point. Yeah. They wouldn't have just named him that for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we get any scams on today's episode of Samuel. Thumbs up. Chapter 11. Then Nahash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead. And all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, Make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee. Yeah, here comes the scam. And Nahash the Ammonite answered them, On this condition will I make a covenant with you, that I may thrust out all your right eyes.
Hell no.
And lay it for a reproach upon all Israel. And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, Give us 7 days' respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coasts of Israel. And then, if there be no man to save us, we will come out to thee. Okay, so I'm guessing like...
Okay, so they've got him cornered.
Right.
And they're like, hey, let's treaty.
And they're like, okay, we'll treaty with you, but only if we can stab out all your right eyeballs.
And they're like, okay, just give us a minute. To see if our backup can come.
Yeah, we'll see what yeah, and then if nobody shows up to defeat you, then you can poke out our eyeballs.
Fair.
What do you think?
Sounds fair.
Okay. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people, that all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field, and Saul said, What aileth the people that they weep? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard those tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. And he took a yoke of an oxen, and hewed them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the coasts of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying, Whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out with one consent. Okay, well, he took a yoke of oxen, and hewed them in pieces, and sent them throughout the coast. So he's mimicking what that one Benjamite did with his concubine.
Yeah.
Except this time with oxen. He chopped them all up, sent them all over. Okay.
As a pre-warning for this is going to happen again if you do this, if you touch an Israelite.
Right. I guess so.
Yeah.
And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they said unto the messengers that came, Thus shall ye say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead, Tomorrow, by that time the sun be hot, ye shall have help. And the messengers came and showed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, Tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you. And so it was, on the morrow, that Saul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day. And it came to pass that they which remained were scattered, so that 2 of them were not left together. And the people said unto Samuel, Who is he that said, Shall Saul reign over us? Bring the men, that we may put them to death. What? And Saul said, There shall not a man be put to death this day, for today the Lord hath wrought salvation in Israel.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
I'm so confused.
So after Saul came and saved the day and slew all the Ammonites, the people were like rejoicing, and they said, Who said that Saul can't reign over us? It was just worded weird. It said, Who is it that said, Shall Saul reign over us? I didn't put enough attitude in it.
Oh.
Said that bring them and we'll kill them. And he said, No. Don't put them to death. Then
Hopefully Trump reads that one before he gets elected.
what do you mean?
uh,
He's not going to get elected.
I have fears.
Yeah, I also have fears. But
Been seeing more and more Trump signs.
yeah, but we live in Dummiesville. We
Yeah,
live like
we do.
it's all just monkey see, monkey do. Like if you go to a more liberal place, like hopefully there's not so much Trump support, Trump signs,
Yeah.
all this like fake patriotism.
Yeah. I hope. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Saul then said Samuel to the people, "Come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there." And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. All right,
Yay.
we got a king.
Yep.
We got our first Bible king.
You think he's gonna be good king or bad king?
Oh, he's going to be a bad king
I
for
think so, too.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that little manipulation there. No, no, no. Let's not kill anybody who was against me, you know.
Oh, that's what you were saying with the Trump. That kind of went over my head.
Oh, he has said that. Have you not heard that?
Yeah, that he's
Trump's
going to
like, as soon
prosecute
as he, yeah.
the people, his political enemies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. That sucks. I get it now. Yeah, Saul's going to be a bad guy. Saul is the Bible Trump. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Chapter 12. And Samuel said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened unto your voice in all that ye said unto me, and have made a king over you. And now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and grey-headed. And behold, my sons are with you.
Wait,
And
who's this talking?
This is Samuel.
Oh, okay.
Samuel's a long-ass chapter, and he's already old, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, he lives to like 1,000 probably, right?
I don't know. I thought we were done with that. People living to be 1,000. And I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Or whose ass have I taken? Or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I received any bribe to blind mine eyes therewith? And I will restore it you. And they said, Thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught from any man's hand. And he said unto them, The Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Samuel said unto the people, It is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before the Lord of all the righteous acts of the Lord, which he did to you and to your fathers.
Why is he going on about how he's never killed all the oxen and stuff?
Because he's just saying that he's holy. Like, he can speak for the Lord. He's
Okay.
without sin. He's never done anything bad. He's just been a good altar boy.
Sure.
So you
It's a
can
weird
trust
way.
him. From the
It's-
time he was a kid, he's never done anything bad because he's been with the Lord. You can trust him to pick the right king or whatever. That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
And when they forgat the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazar, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of king of Moab. And they fought against them. And they cried unto the Lord, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord, and have served Baalim and Asheroth. And now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal, and Bedan, and Jephthah, and Samuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and ye dwelled safe. I like how he shoehorned himself in there. He's like mentioning all these heroes from Judges, He's like, and me. He sent me too. And when ye saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, and when the Lord your God was your king. Now therefore behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired, and behold, the Lord hath set a king over you. If ye will fear the Lord and serve him, and obey his voice, and not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your God. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, and rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you as it was against your fathers. Now therefore stand and see this great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, in asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, Pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy God, that we may not die, for we have added unto all our sins this evil, to ask us a king. And Samuel said unto the people, Fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. I don't understand why they still care. Like, he already said that he's going to give them a king.
Yeah.
And
there feels like there's like a lot of justification going on here. And
yeah.
It's weird.
Well, this is the whole, like, you know, the start of this, like, I don't know what it's called, but when your king is chosen by God to rule you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what this seems like it is. It's just all justification to prove that he was chosen to rule. That's what makes him special.
I guess when that's never happened before.
Yeah.
You probably got to, like, warm people up to it.
Yeah. Especially when you're just coming out of nowhere and you're just like some Benjamite.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like Moses.
Yeah.
Who did his own scamming. And turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you, but I will teach you the good and the right way. Only fear the Lord, and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he hath done for you. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king. So there we go. We got our king. We're ready to move forward. We'll see what happens with Saul.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 13. Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash, and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with him, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin.
Who the fuck is Jonathan?
I don't know. And the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent. And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Geba, and the Philistines heard of it. And Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, Let the Hebrews hear. Yeah, Jonathan just showed up.
He showed up and caused some drama.
Yeah.
Jeez, like every other Jonathan I've ever known.
You get some drama, Jonathans? And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten the garrison of the Philistines, and that Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash, eastward from Bethaven, When the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves and in thickets and in rocks and in high places and in pits. And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. And Saul said, Bring hither a burnt offering to me, and peace offerings. And he offered the burnt offering. And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came. And Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. And Samuel said, What hast thou done? And Saul said, Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that thou camest not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash. Therefore said I, The Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal, and I have not made supplication unto the Lord. I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering. And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee.
Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous, right? Like, he just got, like, delayed, and he's like, I'm gonna burn... I mean, his burnt offerings are, like, cattle, usually, right?
Yeah. I don't really get it. I don't understand what's happening.
So Saul was late.
Okay.
Or, I mean, Samuel was late.
Right, Samuel didn't come. And so, he wasn't supposed to be doing the burnt offerings. He did it outside of the tabernacle. Like, he has to have... You have to have a appointed... What are they? Who are they?
Oh, oh, geez. The people who...
Yeah, you have one in every tribe.
Yeah. Oh, God.
How did I forget this?
I don't know. What's his name's? Like, all of what's his name's kids, they don't have to get... Oh, man. Is it Aaron's kids? Aaron's family?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What are they?
Yeah, it's Moses and Aaron's people. They are they're not the Gadites. They're not the
Levites?
Benjamites. Levites.
Oh,
there you go. You nailed it. Okay. Whew. Yeah, you got to have a priest there to do the offerings. You can't do it yourself.
Ah, so now Saul thinks he's priest-level material.
All right. Samuel's like,
What the hell? Right, get in trouble, Saul.
Yeah, I lost my place. Hold on.
I think you just flipped the page.
And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. But now thy kingdom shall not continue. The Lord hath sought him a man after his own heart, and the Lord hath commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. And Samuel arose and gat him up from Gilgal unto Gibeah of Benjamin. And Saul numbered the people that were present with him, about 600 men. And Saul and Jonathan his son... Oh, Jonathan's his son. That would have been useful information a lot earlier.
Oh.
And the people that were present with them abode in Gibeah of Benjamin, but the Philistines encamped in Michmash. So...
What is going on?
Samuel, really took that hard. He's like, okay, well, if you hadn't have done this, your kingdom would have lasted forever, but now, because you made these offerings, your kingdom shall not continue. And he left.
So Saul's gone.
No, Samuel's gone.
I mean,
Samuel's gone, and Saul and Jonathan are still hanging around.
So Samuel's
and
like,
here come the Philistines.
I'm done with this. I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Everything's happening very fast.
I thought, in the order of hierarchy, I thought Samuel would be above Saul. So, if Saul did something bad, then Saul would be gone, not Samuel.
Well, Saul is king, right?
Yeah, but Samuel's the one that anointed him king.
Yeah. But Samuel showed up, and Saul had, started the sacrifices without him, I guess. And he's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Now I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here and get killed by the Philistines. That's how I picture it happening.
Guess so.
And the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. 1 company turned unto the way that leadeth to Ophrah, unto the land of Shual, and another company turned the way to Beth-horon, and another company turned to the way of the border that looketh to the valley of Zeboim, toward the wilderness. Now there was no smith found throughout all the land of Israel, for the Philistines said, Lest the Hebrews make them swords or spears. But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his share, and his coulter, and his axe, and his mattock. Yet they had a file for the mattocks, and for the coulters, and for the forks, and for the axes, and to sharpen the goads. So it came to pass in the day of battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Saul and Jonathan, but with Saul and with Jonathan his son there was found. Okay.
Found what?
I don't know. This is what I said.
Okay. It really feels like they're not completing their sentences.
And the garrison of the Philistines went out to the passage of Michmash. Okay, so this sounds like, I don't know what all these things are that they're sharpening.
Just like every old weapon you could possibly
coulters
have.
and mattocks and
it's probably like
forks
old, like,
and goads.
Like old farm equipment,
Yeah, that's what I was
you
thinking.
have laying around.
It sounds like how, they say like a lot of the ninja weapons that you see in like cartoons and movies and stuff are like old agricultural tools, like the little scythes and the nunchucks and everything else. They were kind of like farming equipment that they adapted into weapons.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So now we got some Ninja Turtles ready to go. Fight some Philistines. It's going to be badass. Chapter 14. Now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan the son of Saul said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side. But he told not his father. And Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeah under the pomegranate tree, which is in Migron.
That's where I'd be hanging out. Sounds pretty good.
I love pomegranates. And the people that were with him were about 600 men. And Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the Lord's priest in Shiloh, wearing an ephod. And the people knew not that Jonathan was gone. Oh, by the way, this guy's son, who was this guy's brother, who was this guy's grandson, who was the Lord's priest back in Shiloh, he was wearing an ephod. Just thought you should know. And between the passages by which Jonathan sought to go over unto the Philistines' garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side, and a sharp rock on the other side. And the name of the one was Bozez, and the other was named Sinai. The forefront of the one was situate northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeah. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. I like how he just like dismissively calls the others uncircumcised. Ugh, these uncircumcised.
It's weird.
And his armor-bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee. Behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. So they're just going to do a little sneak attack? Is that what's happening?
That's what it sounds like.
But just Jonathan, or Jonathan and his army?
I'm sure his army.
Is this an assassination attempt? Then said Jonathan, Behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say thus unto us, Tarry until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place, and will not go up unto them. But if they say thus, Come up unto us, then we will go up, for the Lord hath delivered them into our hand, and this shall be a sign unto us. And both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, Behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the holes where they had hid themselves. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor-bearer and
Like,
said...
we see you.
Yeah. What are you doing? This is like, when you just do the opposite of what they expect. We'll just walk up.
Yeah.
Just act like you're supposed to be there.
It's like in Wizard of Oz when they just like put on their awful costumes and go into the Wicked Witch's castle,
Yeah.
You're like, clearly you're not monkeys.
Clearly you're a tin man in a little fez hat. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor-bearer and said, "Come up to us, and we will show you a thing." And Jonathan said unto his armor-bearer, "Come up after me, for the Lord hath delivered them into the hand of Israel." And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands and upon his feet, and his armor-bearer after him. And they fell before Jonathan, and his armor-bearer slew after him. And that first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor-bearer made was about 20 men, within, as it were, a half acre of land, which a yoke of oxen might plow.
What? What? Jonathan, so two guys killed 20 men.
Yeah. In the space of a farm? In the space of just one farm, they killed like 20 guys.
Oh my god. Okay.
Probably
Why
because
we
they were
know
like
that?
They were like, "Come up, guys, like, you're fine. Come up here and like, I don't know, we'll tell you a joke." Or, you're captured. You're fine. We're not going to come down and cut your head off. And then they like sneak attacked them.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know why they would say, "Come up unto us. Come hang out."
I mean, they were definitely, dressed like just common people who were just traveling, right?
Oh, maybe. Maybe they were pretending that... Well, no, because they knew they were Israelites. Because they were like, look, they came out of their hidey holes. But yeah, maybe they were just like pretending to be normal people and not soldiers.
Yeah.
And there was trembling in the host, in the field, and among all the people, the garrison and the spoilers, and they also trembled, and the earth quaked, and it was a very great trembling. I don't know if this means that they were scared or that there was an earthquake. It's very hard to know what's figurative language in here and what's not. And the watchmen of Saul and Gibeah of Benjamin looked, and behold, the multitude melted away, and they went on beating down one another. Then said Saul unto the people that were with him, "Number now, and see who is gone from us." And when they had numbered, behold, Jonathan and his armor-bearer were not there. And Saul said unto Ahiah, "Bring hither the ark of God, for the ark of God was at that time with the children of Israel." And it came to pass, while Saul talked unto the priest, that the noise that was in the host of the Philistines went on and increased. And Saul said unto the priest, "Withdraw thine hand." Okay. So the trembling might just be like warning calls. Like everybody's like blowing their trumpets, being like, "Oh shit, like there's a bunch of dead people over here."
Yeah. Warning calls are going out.
Yeah, like we got attacked.
Rumors are being spread. Yeah.
Get the army together. And they're like, "What caused that? Count everybody up." Jonathan.
Oh man. That brought back some painful memories.
What? Oh, from the pool?
The pool, when I took the girls to do their swim lessons when they were little, and there was one little boy named Jonathan who was just a terror. And it was this guy reincarnated for sure.
Little troublemaker.
Yeah. Just the lifeguard spent the whole lessons going, "Jonathan!"
Jonathan! And Saul and all the people that were with him assembled themselves, and they came to the battle. And behold, every man's sword was against his fellow, and there was a very great discomfiture. Moreover, the Hebrews that were with the Philistines before that time, which went up with them into the camp from the country, round about, even they also turned to be with the Israelites that were with Saul and Jonathan. I am confused. Okay, so Saul and the people, his army, they assembled themselves and they went to the battle, and every man's sword was against his fellow. So were they like friendly fire? Like they're getting confused? Who's on whose team? And I'm also getting confused about, like, this is the first time like they've started calling them Hebrews, right? Like before now they were Israelites.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right.
And it says, moreover, the Hebrews that were with the Philistines before that time, which went up with them into the camp. Okay, so...
Oh, so like
so
they've
people,
kind of been living together a little bit, getting along.
Okay.
And now they're
So these are the assimilated Hebrews. Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
That sucks.
Okay, so even those Hebrews... It says they turned round about, and even they turned to be with the Israelites that were with Saul and Jonathan.
Is there any kind of difference between like an Israelite and a Hebrew? Is is it interchangeable?
I think they're calling these people Hebrews because they are no longer on the Israelite side. So these are the assimilated Israelites. So once they've assimilated with the Philistines, they're calling them Hebrews.
Okay.
But they just turned on the Philistines. They went back to being on the Israelite side. Likewise, all the men of Israel which had hid themselves in Mount Ephraim, when they heard that the Philistines fled, even they also followed hard after them in the battle. So the Lord saved Israel that day, and the battle passed over unto Bethaven. And the men of Israel were distressed that day, for Saul had adjured the people, saying, Cursed be the man that eateth any food until evening, that I may be avenged on mine enemies. So none of the people tasted any food. And all they of the land came to a wood, and there was honey upon the ground. And when the people were come into the wood, behold, the honey dropped, but no man put his hand to his mouth, for the people feared the oath. But Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath. Wherefore he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and dipped it in a honeycomb, and put his hand to his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened. Ooh, yum. He just got sparkly eyes.
This is getting weird.
Yeah, okay, so what did he say? He said, nobody eat any food until the evening.
Yeah.
So that I can get my revenge on my enemies. All right. Then answered one of the people and said, Thy father straitly charged the people with an oath, saying, Cursed be the man that eateth of any food this day. And the people were faint. Then said Jonathan, My father hath troubled the land. See, I pray you how mine eyes have been enlightened, because I tasted a little of this honey. How much more, if haply the people that had eaten freely today of the spoil of their enemies which they found, for had there not been now a much greater slaughter among the Philistines? And they smote the Philistines that day from Michmash to Aijalon, and the people were very faint. And the people flew upon the spoil, and took sheep and oxen and calves, and slew them on the ground, and the people did eat them with the blood. Ooh, we know you're not supposed to do that.
I knew Jonathan was going to be trouble.
Jonathan is definitely a troublemaker here. He's like, see, I ate the honey, and look at how happy I am. Look at my enlightened eyes. Then they told Saul, saying, Behold, the people sin against the Lord, in that they eat with the blood. And he said, Ye have transgressed. Roll a great stone unto me this day. And Saul said, Disperse yourselves among the people, and say unto them, Bring me hither every man his ox, and every man his sheep, and slay them here, and eat, and sin not against the Lord in eating with the blood. And all the people brought every man his ox with him that night, and slew them there. And Saul built an altar unto the Lord, the same that was the first altar that he built unto the Lord. And Saul said, Let us go down after the Philistines by night, and spoil them until the morning light, and let us not leave a man of them. And they said, Do whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Then said the priest, Let us draw near hither unto God. And Saul asked counsel of God, Shall I go down after the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into the hand of Israel? But he answered him not that day. And Saul said, Draw ye near hither.
Since when can Saul talk to God?
Well, he can't. He tried, but God didn't answer. I don't think God has ever spoken to Saul that we've heard yet, just Samuel. All the chief of the people. Oh, and Saul said, Draw ye near hither, all the chief of the people, and know and see wherein this sin hath been this day. For as the Lord liveth, which saveth Israel, though it be in Jonathan my son, we shall surely die. But there is not a man among all the people that answered him. Then said he unto all Israel, Be ye on one side, and I and Jonathan my son will be on the other side. And the people said unto Saul, Do what seemeth good unto thee. Therefore Saul said unto the Lord God of Israel, Give us a perfect lot. And Saul and Jonathan were taken, but the people escaped. And Saul said, Cast lots between me and Jonathan my son. And Jonathan was taken. Then Saul said to Jonathan, Tell me what thou hast done. And Jonathan told him, and said, I did but taste a little honey with the end of the rod that was in mine hand, and lo, I must die. All right. And Saul answered, God do so and more also, for thou shalt surely die, Jonathan. And the people said unto Saul, Shall Jonathan die who hath wrought this great salvation in Israel? God forbid. As the Lord liveth, there shall not one hair of his head fall to the ground, for he hath wrought with God this day. So the people rescued Jonathan, that he died not. Okay.
All right. People like Jonathan.
People like Jonathan. Because Jonathan, he was the one that snuck in and he started this whole turning of the tides when he and his armor bearer, his, what do you call it? Squire?
Yeah.
Went over and started the little war that allowed them to take over. Saul's trying to be godly and like follow the God's rules, and he's ready to punish his son, even his son, for going against the rules.
Yeah.
But the people spoke up, saved him. Then Saul went up from following the Philistines, and the Philistines went to their own place. So Saul took the kingdom over Israel, and fought against all his enemies on every side, against Moab, and against the children of Ammon, and against Edom, and against the kings of Zobah, and against the Philistines. And whithersoever he turned himself, he vexed them. And he gathered a host, and smote the Amalekites, and delivered Israel out of the hands of them that spoiled them. Now the sons of Saul were Jonathan, and Ishui, and Melchishua, and the names of his 2 daughters were these: the name of the firstborn, Merab, and the name of the younger, Michal. And the name of Saul's wife was Ahinoam, the daughter of Ahimaaz. And the name of the captain of his host was Abner, the son of Ner, Saul's uncle.
Ner.
And Kish was the father of Saul, and Ner, the father of Abner, was the son of Abiel. And there was sore war against the Philistines all the days of Saul. And when Saul saw any strong man or any valiant man, he took him unto him.
Okay.
Did he like make him join the army, or did they like go into the back room behind his curtain? That's kind of what it sounds like.
I think he took him into the army, but they made it sound real weird.
Yeah, it made it sound very romantic. All right. I think it's funny that switch names have continued to today. Like Abner is still like a name.
Yeah.
Jonathan. But how come nobody's naming their kid Melchishua? or Murab, or just Mur.
Mur.
Or Nur is what it was. Ahimaaz did not stick. Let's see. How long we've been going for a little while. I think that's a good stop in place. Yeah, I mean, I think we got some good stuff coming up. I think we got maybe let's see, 1, 2, 3. Maybe this should be a longer one.
I could keep going.
Maybe we stop here and then we just do another episode.
Okay.
Gonna do that?
Yeah.
All right. Stay dumb, everybody.
Stay dumb.
Bye.